I started talking about how things are not going how I expected. You know, I haven't improved like I expected. And I want to talk about that because I started talking about it, but I didn't say much about it. Here are reasons I can think of for why I haven't gotten better or as much better as I expected, because I have gotten better, but I haven't gotten much better. And that's what I'm looking for, is much better. But okay, so here's the easy one. I am underprescribed. I get 40 milligrams of Percocet each day. A year ago, that would have been maybe enough or almost enough. But a year ago, I also started taking OxyContin. And I shouldn't have. And I didn't know. I had taken it before, a few pills, but I hadn't taken it regularly. And what I learned too late, actually I learned probably 4 months later, was that OxyContin is not good for me. I didn't like it. It wasn't making me better, and it was making me a lot worse, and I didn't know it. But okay, so OxyContin weakened me. Weakness is pain. The more weakness you see, or the more weakness someone has, the more pain. Okay, that's not just me, that's how it is. I lost a lot of muscle while I was taking OxyContin. So I hurt about twice as much now as I did a year ago, which means I need probably about twice as much Percocet as I did a year ago. I know I need at least 80 milligrams. I'm not willing to take more than 60. But I can't even get them to write 60 for me, even though they wrote 60 when 40 of it was OxyContin, which is bad. They were willing to hurt me, but they're not willing to help me by doing the exact same thing. Okay, so I was yapping about that for quite a while. OxyContin. I've said it several times in several videos. OxyContin fucked me up. I don't mean it made me high. I mean it fucked me up. It destroyed me. And the reason why I think I say this and no one else says this is because most people who take OxyContin are either strong enough to overcome the weakness it causes, or they are so weak that they're going to be dead. And everyone's going to think they died because of this illness, like multiple sclerosis or ALS, or I don't know, what do people die of? That. But it's not that. Weakness kills. When you can't do anything, you can't stay alive. And that's about where I was 4 months ago or so. And thankfully I'm not now. But I'm not good yet. And I could be. I mean, I'll never be good, but good takes a new definition when you've gotten to this point. Okay, so I'm way off track. I always get off track. Okay, so it could be, and it's definitely because I don't get the right prescription. I don't get prescribed enough. I don't want much, but what I want does the job, changes lives, will change my life. Okay, so what did happen? Undertreated. I think of this stuff at home constantly, and now when I'm trying to, it doesn't come to me. Another reason could be all the weight I've gained. I estimate I've gained maybe 30 pounds since June 29th, or actually probably a little earlier than that. That doesn't, you don't think about that generally, but that's 30 extra pounds I have to lift every time I try to get on my feet or whatever, anything. That makes a huge difference. That's like 20%, is that right? Like 20% of my body weight. Let's say I weigh 150 right now, and let's say I weighed 120 3 months ago or 4 months ago. That's 30 out of 150. That's 20% of what I weigh now. That's a lot more than 20% of what I weighed in June. Okay, so that's definitely, that might not be the whole thing, but that's definitely part of it. Why am I not getting better? Maybe I'm not working hard enough. Oh, that reminds me, I wanted to make a video about why the fence is so important. Hopefully I'll get to that, because the fence is really important. Okay, so other reasons why maybe I haven't improved as much as I expected. It could be that I've just aged enough. What happened to me in the past can't happen to me again. I don't think it's that. I mean, because it happened to me a year ago. Not much, but enough. And it's happened to me. I mean, basically, it happened to me before I started taking OxyContin. And then it happened to me after I stopped taking OxyContin. OxyContin is bad, not just for me. And most people probably don't understand what I'm about to say, but most people in my condition take many pharmaceuticals, probably 10 or 15, if not more. When you take that many pharmaceuticals, you don't know which one is doing what side effects are coming from which drug. I mean, when I was taking Oxycodone or Percocet and OxyContin was ruining me. Yet I didn't know anything was ruining me. I didn't know I was being ruined. But OxyContin was doing that, and I know that now. And I probably couldn't have known that while I was taking it. It required stopping it and experiencing what life is like without OxyContin, especially since half of it was traded for Percocet. Should have been all of it, but doctors are sadistic pricks, I guess. No, I know. Here's a reason, and it probably makes a little bit of a difference, but you may remember when I said I've eaten tons of ice cream. I wasn't lying. I've eaten damn near a pint of ice cream every day for several months. And that's why I have a big gut now. I don't know if you can see that, but you can see it easier than you could have seen it a few months ago because it wasn't there. But just eating wrong is probably keeping me back a little bit. And that's cool because I had to eat. There's a reason why I gained a lot of weight in a short time, and it's because I had to eat, and it's because I didn't get to eat for a long time, much before that. But now that I've gained weight and I feel kind of odd, I mean, I'm starting to feel fat. I don't want to. I'm gonna be more cautious about that. I've been making an effort to eat less ice cream, but that shit is so good. Okay, so diet. Mainly, I think it's I'm under prescribed. And I'm basing everything on evidence, not what I want to believe. What I want to believe, I'm willing to stop believing if I have evidence telling me I'm wrong. And so far I don't. And hopefully I can put everything together so you know what I mean. I have no evidence telling me I'm wrong. I mean, 4 years ago, there's a lot of emergencies going on today. 4 years ago, when I broke my leg and then burned my leg 7 weeks later. Come on, guys. I basically couldn't walk before that. The only reason I was on my feet was because I was in the kitchen. The only reason I was on my feet was because I was in the kitchen. And when that happened, I used to always use my walker outside of the kitchen. But when I got to the kitchen, I would leave my walker at the edge of it, and I would use my counters kind of as a walker. I would hold on to my counters, and it worked fine. Until that day, until April 27th, when my feet slid apart. And I guess what happened is that my feet spread so far apart that it became too far for me to save myself because of my weakness. And so they just kept going. And I didn't have the strength to stop it. So when you don't have the strength to stop your legs from going into a splits position, but you're trying to, something breaks. For me, it was my femur. But I spent 2 weeks in the hospital. After I got out, I started using a walker. I couldn't even get around on a regular wheelchair. I couldn't cross the street. So I had to go to a walker, chair. And I should have done that a lot earlier. I just didn't realize I was so crippled and becoming more crippled. Or I did, but I didn't. I know there were several more reasons, perspective reasons. Okay, so why am I not getting better? Gabapentin might have something to do with it. Normally, I hate gabapentin. I wish I'd never heard of that shit. And I will stop taking it as soon as I am able to stop feeling like I'm withdrawing, which requires more Percocet. If I get more Percocet, just a little more Percocet, then I won't be confused every day, and I will know what is gabapentin withdrawal and what is pain. But since I don't, you don't want to feel gabapentin withdrawal. I have been there, and I'm not going to go there again. So I'm going to just keep taking it until hopefully I'll have enough Percocet that I'll be able to stop taking it. And I wish that was different, but all I get to do is know how to fix myself. I don't get to actually fix myself, mostly. I mean, I don't get to make the important decisions, and no one else has so far. No one else is even willing to listen. And they really should, because what you've been told by your professor about pain is a small fraction of what you can learn about pain from people who are in pain. Because your professor is just telling you what someone told him or her, just like you're doing when you tell people, and it doesn't mean anything. It's just information. But when it comes from someone like me, it's still just information, but it's a lot closer to knowledge. Especially because I generally include the why when I talk about what happens to me. Okay, why am I not getting better? Okay, not enough medication is a possibility. It's not the wrong medication. I got the right medication. I know that. It's just not enough. And I need more now than I ever wanted to need, because I have been made weak by being treated wrong and accepting that treatment. Here's a good one. One reason why I might not be improving as quickly as I expected is because I've just lost so much muscle that it's going to take a while. That's the obvious explanation, and it might be the correct explanation. I do not know, but I'm keeping it in mind. I thought when I've improved before, I thought that I gained muscle pretty quickly. But now I'm starting to wonder if maybe I just became able to use the muscle that was already there. And there was more of it there. I really don't know. I'm just trying to know. And when I know, or when I think I know, I want to share it because I want what I know to be absorbed by people who need to know it and don't. I don't want people to die in pain unnecessarily, and they don't need to. There's no reason for anyone to take extended release pain pills unless they want to. There's nothing better or safer about extended release pills like OxyContin. And there's nothing dangerous about pain pills, okay? Stop believing that because it's not true. And if you believe that and you need them someday but don't take them, like a lot of people, that's not good for you.